Okay, right. Because isn't he basically hiding in Russia over a bunch of charges?
This is what I've heard.
Right. Well, I mean, I remember I interviewed Claudia Jordan, who said that he essentially tried to rape her. She had to, like, run out of the house.
Mm.
I remember this. I don't think this part of the interview came out, but I remember this part of our interview. I remember this conversation. I think at the time we were a little worried that this might cause some legal problems, so we never put it out. But at this point, it's all pretty much out there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she said flat out that he tried to sexually assault her, and she basically had to run out of the house.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
why else would be living in Russia right now? I mean, seriously.
I don't know. I mean,
seriously.
Yeah, you know, and it's I can't even wish ill of the guy because he's brought a lot of this stuff on himself. And I think it's due to his martial arts principles or lack thereof, which is, you know, it's irony because I think everybody should be humble, especially that gentleman we're speaking of, because, I mean, when you look at it, if you think about the reality of situations, the reality versus image, I always try to educate people with because, you know, I mean, of course, I benefit from what I do, and people believe that, oh, yeah, you know, you're martial arts, so you do that, and you could beat every. I just go, look, don't let your eyes deceive you. In a way, I look at Steven Seagal as a modern day David Carradine that kind of has a little bit of a delusions of grandeur. Because what it is that just like David Carradine, it's the other guys that make you look good, right? It's the Ukis, which is the guys that you're throwing around that make you look wonderful. I say this, and I'll put out a challenge. See if Steven Seagal is doing anything physically in a movie that your dad can't do, right? And see if you go, okay, you have your dad do the same physical movements and see if that can be done or not. Now, you can't do that with Scott Adkins. Your dad can't do that. You can't, you know, with Jean-Claude Van Damme, go ahead, get your dad to kick that high and do it. But with Steven Seagal, which I think he should be humble, you're not doing anything that other people can't do physically, right? But the persona is bigger than life. And I applaud it. I was a fan. But it's like, it is what it is. And so, again, for people who, if you really want to take a microscope to it, you go, wow, okay, there's something to be learned there. The images are huge. Images are powerful. And how that image is projected makes you believe that this person is exalted or whatever. But I go, hey, this is a new day and age. Well, you could look at things and not study the choreography. Great choreographer. He was a great choreographer before he did anything on film. He choreographed The Challenge. He choreographed like this Shogun stuff. He was a great choreographer. But his good choreography can make you believe that somebody has abilities that they don't have. And just so as an educator, as a martial artist, I go, okay, take a look and you see where I think nobody has a right to have such an inflated ego, especially when people can do what you do.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this one interview where a guy like was interviewing him like in front of his hotel, and he like pushed the guy into like a pond. You saw that?
No. But
yeah, the guy was basically, I mean, you could tell that Steven was a little bit annoyed, I guess, at the interview. And he was like, oh, just last question, you know, how do you achieve Zen? And Seagal just pushed him into like this little pond.
That sounds hilarious.
It was a little funny.
That sounds hilarious.
It was also some asshole type shit.
Because there's part of me, I think I said it before, Steven Seagal could be one of the funniest action comedy people on the planet if he didn't take himself too serious. You know, because if you think about that same guy as the lead in the new Naked Gun, it's freaking hysterical. If he behaved the same way, but there's all kinds of crazy shit going on,
yeah, just sure,
that dude would have a whole new career. I think
Hey,
it'd be hilarious.
You could bring OJ back too, like
No,
Steven
no,
Seagal and
no.
OJ Simpson and Naked Gun 7 or whatever.
Oh my God, that would get us canceled. Yeah, that would get us
That would get us
canceled.
canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, but yeah. In my imagination, that movie makes me laugh my ass off.